Welcome to our kitchen. Today we prepare a medieval recipe, a quail stew with an interesting ingredient that usually doesn't come to mind thinking about medieval Italy: coconut. We start with the ingredients. We need quails, eggs, chicken liver, lardo and coconut. And then the spices: nutmeg, cinnamon and cloves. First, we grind in the mortar the spices. This recipe is part of an anonymous Tuscan manuscript written in the late 14th century. The author suggests this recipe for any kind of little birds, recommending to cook them all or cut in pieces at our choice. In the medieval cookbooks we find plenty of recipes of birds. Quail, pheasant, pigeon and grey partridge were among the most common in the richest banquets. Then we open the coconut. We will use just a little part of it, not to overpower the other ingredients, and to make a balanced dish. We put aside the coconut water, we don't need it for this recipe. We add the coconut in the mortar and pound it with the spices. We know that fresh coconut was available in Italy during the Middle Ages and Renaissance, but the author doesn't specify if we have to use it fresh or dried. We find coconut in a few medieval Italian recipes, in particular in two Tuscan cookbooks. Coconut was imported in Italy since ancient Roman time, as reported by Pliny in the 1st century, called cocus and described among the plants grown in foreign countries. Many centuries later, in the 1500s, the naturalist and doctor Mattioli wrote that coconut was very common in Italy, both fresh and dry. Then we roast the chicken liver. The author doesn't tell us how to cook it. We chose to roast it on pine cones to add an aromatic and pleasant smokiness to the sauce. Liver is an important ingredient to prepare several medieval sauces, and was used roasted or boiled. It helps obtain a rich and flavorful sauce that vaguely recalls pâté. We add in the mortar 1 boiled egg yolk and half chicken liver, and pound everything together. We used chicken liver, but you can use any kind of liver. Quail liver is a perfect choice, but just 3 quail livers are not enough for this sauce. Then we mince the lardo. Lardo is cured pork fatback, widely used as a cooking fat during the Middle Ages. The good amount of lardo we used for this recipe gives enough saltiness to the dish. If you choose to substitute lardo with another cooking fat, remember to add salt when you cook the quails. We add the minced lardo in a hot pan and let it melt. Then we add the quails and brown them on both sides. Lardo was the favorite cooking fat in medieval Italy. It gives a delicious aroma and sapidity to the dish. But you can use extra virgin olive oil instead. It's a philological choice because olive oil was used to substitute animal fats during the lean days. We add the sauce and dilute it with a bit of water. You can pair these quails with medieval bread or pasta, such as walnut bread or lasagna. You find the recipes at the end of this video. When the quails are cooked, we let them cool a bit, and following the suggestion of the medieval author, serve them warm with the sauce. This delicious stew is the perfect dish to try an unusual way to prepare quails, with an exotic sweet note mixed with the typical medieval flavors. If you're interested in ancient foods and flavors, or you're just looking for unusual and delicious recipes, please subscribe our channel.